Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast live, midweek Wednesday night edition. Yes. I'm going to be holding it down myself tonight, but it's still got a pretty good show for you. Got some pretty interesting topics, I think, and got a couple of quick hits, of course. So obviously, when it's just me, the show tends to go a lot faster. So that's probably what's going to happen here. We don't have Transformer and G, but that's all right. You know, I can handle it. So yeah, got some interesting topics. Going to talk about obviously LeBron, right? We talk about NBA. LeBron is the guy, right? He's the biggest name in that league, so we got to talk about him. We'll talk a little bit about Boomer Esiason, former NFL quarterback, and his recent comments regarding Shadur Sanders, arguably, depending on how you look at it, the top or the second best quarterback coming out in this year's draft class. Then we'll talk the main topic, obviously, Anthony Edwards, and how he recently said that he doesn't have any interest in being the face of the league, and needless to say, I do not like that. But we'll get into it. There's more to it than that, more context. And then finally, we'll finish up with an NFL topic because, of course, the NFL is king, and we will talk about the Cincinnati Bengals and their contract issues and what they're going to do about getting that done. So, yeah, definitely I'm excited and ready to bring you this show, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and you know what I'm going to do. Then we'll take a couple minutes, see if we get some more people in the chat, and then we'll get it rolling. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept aware anytime we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you enjoy the content as you listen, make sure you give us a like, a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And write it down, put it in your phones, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the podcast and you want to help the show continue to grow, make sure you go ahead, click that join button, join the channel. We're going to have some exclusive content just for you. Speaking of that exclusive members only content, I got that on the way. I'm hard at work on it. So hopefully we'll see that pretty soon here. But I think it's going to be a pretty good episode, basketball themed. So, yep, that's on the way. That's coming. All right. Like I said, we'll take a couple of minutes here and we will let a couple people get in the chat, and then we will see what we got going on. First topic. So this one caused a lot of consternation, right? And it's something I've been talking to my guy Edward about this all week. I think I talked to Bruce a little bit about it. Shout out Edward. And this is interesting, and I know I'll probably get a call from Laker Nation on this, which I look forward to. So LeBron James, obviously, we know he didn't play in the All-Star game for the first time in his 22-year. Well, correction, he didn't play in the All-Star game when selected for the first time in his 22-year illustrious career, right? And so he has the record, 21 straight All-Star game selections and 21 straight All-Star game appearances? 20 straight All-Star game appearances. But a lot of people are kind of taking some umbrage to the fact that LeBron, they believe, and no one knows this for sure, but many people believe that he knew that he wasn't going to play, and he deliberately held out until about an hour and a half before the game at the press conference before letting anyone know, which I personally, if he knew, I didn't think that was cool, because that was an opportunity that someone else could have had that, right? And just because he let somebody know in advance, said, yo, I'm not going to play, somebody else could have got that slot and played, I think that would have been fine, right? Why? Because he still would have it on his resume that he's a 21-time All-Star game selection, and he would have been there for it, just like Giannis was. But at the same time, someone else could have gotten their opportunity, right? It could have been a first-time All-Star. That can never be replicated. That can never be duplicated, right? So I didn't think, if he knew, I didn't think that was cool. If he knew, I would think that that's a very selfish move, and that's something like, really, Bron, you could have done better than that. Again, that's if he knew. And a lot of people think he did. I have no comment on it. I really don't know. I would hope that he didn't know he was going to do that. Now, there are the conspiracy theories as well that I heard this one today. I was listening to the Two Pros and a Cup of Joe show on Fox Sports Radio this morning. And one of the things they were saying, the conspiracy theory that they were, I don't know what they were espousing or just kind of saying it, I thought it was interesting, is that LeBron really didn't know about the Anthony Davis trade, and he says, he's going to stick it to the league for screwing him and taking his guy away. And so he comes up with this plan to not perform at the All-Star game, right? So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. That's not cool at all. So there's that. But again, if he didn't want to play, just tell him you're not going to play and don't take that opportunity from someone else. Like if you want to stick it to the league by not playing because you're still the marquee guy, the face of the league, the biggest draw, whatever. I'm cool with that. I don't have an issue with that. But if you knew, again, I'm saying if, because I don't know, if you knew you weren't going to play and you held up the opportunity for someone else to get that slot and have an opportunity, like the name Norman Powell keeps coming up, I believe that would have been his first ever All-Star selection. If you took that opportunity from him, like he can never get that back. And that's not cool. That's super selfish, right? And I don't like that at all. I think that's not the way you should be moving if indeed, you knew that you weren't going to play. Now, if you didn't know, I guess so be it, right? But here's the other thing. A lot of people are also making a big deal about the fact that he came out, took the picture, and basically in his same street clothes, he didn't change into the team uniform, right? Again, like Giannis did. Now, not saying he's got to do anything like Giannis does, but he could have done that, kind of, been a little more of a teammate. Now, some people excuse me, some people want to point out, I think there was an all-star picture. I don't know if it was Kobe or Jordan. I can't remember. I think Edward sent it to me. I saw a clip and the guy was talking in the clip about how it was either Kobe or Jordan wasn't going to play in the all-star game and they were in a suit in the all-star picture. They weren't in the team uniform, the warm-ups either. So, and there was another one where Yao Ming was injured. He was selected, but didn't play and he was in a suit in the all-star team photo, right? Now, people are like, well, how come you don't have the same energy for those guys, but you're getting on LeBron? That's what the guy who made the video show, right? Laker Nation, I don't know. I don't know if he knew he was playing or not. That's why I'm saying I'm not in the guy's brain. I have no idea. So where was I? I'm sorry, lost my train of thought. But yeah. So we get to, there were two other guys who were selected for the All-Star team in different years. They weren't in the team uniform either, but nobody really had smoke for them. And so what I would say about that is I'm pretty sure that those players who didn't play, they announced it beforehand, and that's why they were dressed the way they were dressed, right? Everybody knew they weren't doing that. Chris Whitfield, what's good? If you're new, man, hit like and subscribe for me, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I got you, Edward, but I'm saying I'm doing my thing, right? I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my show. So I'm answering the comments and as well, I'm answering this, discussing this particular topic. So anyway, back to it. So yeah, people are all, it's so interesting when it comes to LeBron, right? Whether it's LeBron, whether it's Clutch, whether it's the LeBron fans, the LeBron media, it can never just be, you know what, I was wrong about that. Or you know what, LeBron was wrong about that, and just let it go, right? It's always got to be, well, what about someone else? What about when Jordan did this? What about when Kobe did that? Like, why is that? Why it can't ever just be, you know what, Bron was wrong about that? Like that whataboutism is a really weird thing. It's not something men usually do. It's kind of, unfortunately, it's kind of like a feminine arguing trait. It's one of those things that you hear. It's the, well, what about this? What about that's not really how that goes, right? So just, if he did something wrong, then just say that. It's not that hard, right? A man should be accountable when he, does something wrong or when he knows something is done wrong. But that is what it is, right? So anyway, you have this situation and it's like now everybody's making a huge deal out of it. Was it a big deal that he was a late all-star scratch? Was it a big deal that he didn't get in uniform to take the picture with the team? Was it a situation where he was deliberately trying to show up the All-Star game? Was it a situation where he was trying to show up the NBA and make a point? I really don't know. I really don't. It's kind of weird. I have no idea. Brandon says it wasn't like that for the two players that didn't play because people didn't have social media. No one wanted to know every aspect of their lives. So yeah, that is interesting. But here's the other deal, right? Now, we always talk about, and I get you, Brandon, modern players and modern people having social media and modern celebrities and it being so hard on them because every bit of their lives is being ripped apart and scrutinized and all that. And I get it. And there's truth to that. However, Why do we always act like those same celebrities, those same athletes, those same people, they don't put themselves out there for that consumption of their lives, right? It's not like they're not gaining anything off of the social media exposure. Again, what do I always say on this show? Two things can be true. We can't just say, well, they're going through the social media era and they got it harder than anybody that came before them. But yeah, they're also making a lot off of social media, right? Off of the branding. That's giving them other opportunities. They're absolutely also a guy like LeBron. Every tweet, every Instagram post, whatever, you think he's not monetizing that? We got to stop looking at this only one way, right? And we know that realistically, the only person that gets that treatment is LeBron. Why? Because we have to, for whatever reason, excuse everything he does. We have to protect him every time anyone criticizes him. He's the only superstar ever that, for whatever reason, somehow isn't worthy of critique. It's crazy. Chris Whitfield says, LBJ is top 10 for the wrong reasons, unfortunately. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. Let me see. Here's my top 15 man roster: Wilt, Duncan, Rodman, Jordan, Magic, Kareem, Ori, Pippen, Kobe, Billups, Russell, Dirk, LBJ, Oscar, Peyton, honorable mention, Bird. Oh man, Chris Whitfield. This is another topic for another time. I do not like your top 15 at all. At all. Robert Ori, no. Chauncey Billups, no. Dirk, no. that's not good. Honorable mention, Bird, no. I can't rock with you on that. But this is something we'll talk about another time, man. But thank you for giving us your input on your top 15 all time. Appreciate that. Okay. Where are we? Let's see. As a Laker fan, we want our squad to represent in the All-Star game. I get it. I guess LeBron would have been the only one. So is that the only reason why this is a big deal? Because he's a Laker? Because I disagree. If he was somewhere else and he pulled this, it would be a big deal as well. I don't think that would matter whether or not he's a Laker or he's playing for someone else. It's just, I don't think it was cool how he moved with this. Again, I don't know whether or not he knew, but regardless, I don't think it was cool. I think that even still, he knew more than an hour and a half in advance, right? And you wonder, yes, it is his top 15, but that doesn't mean it's a good one. Robert Ory, come on, man. Yes, Big Shot Bob hit a lot of great shots, but to say he's a top 15 player of all time makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, yeah, so Dalton Connect, he was not an all-star. He was a rising star. Come on, Laker Nation, cut that out. All right, let's see. Yeah, Brandon says, think how great the old players and artists were. They smashed records and made hits without the backing of social media. Absolutely. They did it the old way, they did it the hard way. And I'm not denigrating anyone who utilizes social media to their advantage in this era and this time that we live in, because it's here. It's another tool, right? That's like saying, I have a hammer, but I'm not going to use a hammer because people built things before hammers were invented. Like, that's pretty stupid. You have a hammer now. Use the hammer, right? Chris Whitfield says Wilt has a quintuple double. How many other players have those numbers? Not before or since. All right, we'll talk about it, man. We'll talk about it. It's not really the time to debate that, but interesting. All right, Edward, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Edward. We'll talk. All right, but anyway, so we got this LeBron thing going on. We don't know if he knew or not. We don't know if he was trying to make a point to the league or not, because he didn't like maybe he felt like the league screwed him on the Luka trade with AD. We don't know if he was trying to make a point to the league because he didn't like the new all-star setup layout, whatever word you want to use, the way the new all-star game system. But again, realistically, like, these players have no one to blame but themselves for the way the all-star game is now. So anybody complaining about it, Draymond included, that's why I loved when Draymond was complaining and Charles Barkley was like, yo, he was like, your generation is the reason that why we're in this position. Your generation is the reason why we're out here, throwing stuff at the wall, trying to hope it sticks to try and get some sort of engagement for the all-star game. And he's 100%, he's 100% right about that. All right. So yeah, I will go ahead and open up the phone lines. This was a quick first topic. Whole show might go this way, but we'll find out. Y'all know the number is scrolling on the bottom, and it's also in the chat. 904-219-8264, 904-219-8264. Go ahead, give me a call. I really want to know. I know we got some LeBron fans in here. I know we got some Laker fans. We might have someone else. I would love to hear some thoughts on whether or not you think LeBron James knew whether or not he was going to play. If you think it was cool that he waited till an hour and a half before to let people know. Because you also got to wonder, if he wasn't asked at that press conference, like, when were people going to know? Were they just going to find out that he was a healthy scratch or a scratch? I don't know. But let's take this call. Laker Nation, what's good, my man? How you doing?
What up?
Maintaining. How you doing?
Just give you an update. LeBron James is available to play tonight.
Oh, how good. How nice.
So he's playing tonight.
Uh-huh.
As far as if he knew, that's only a matter of interpretation. But knowing, I'm just going based on his track record. He knew he wasn't going to play. He wouldn't. It wasn't something like, oh shit, okay, if he didn't have a habit of doing stuff, pulling stunts like this,
Right.
I don't think nobody would bat an eye. Which is why no one's really jumping on Anthony Edwards for doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And let's be real. He saw LeBron do it. He was like, hey, I'm sore.
Right.
I ain't going to play.
And see, that's the amazing thing. People, I'm sorry to cut you. You might be right. It's just amazing how people downplay the level of influence that LeBron has on these other players, man. It's really confounding to me that people downplay that level of influence, because when he moves a certain way, other people think it's cool to move that way. And that's kind of how it ends up going. Now, I'm not saying that Anthony Edwards looked at LeBron and said, hey, I'm going to do the same thing. But influence can be subconscious as well, man. And people act like that's not a real thing. Like, people got on me when I talked about the dunk contest, and I'm not saying he was the only reason. I'm saying he's a big reason. But anyway, we're not going to go down that road. But yeah, go ahead, Laker Nation.
But I don't. Anthony Edwards wasn't a starter though.
Right.
So, but still, them two, they could have. They should have announced it in time. So if they weren't going to suit up, at least so they can find a replacement. Like you said, Norman Powell could have made his first All-Star.
That's right.
Because, he's balling out this year.
But here's the other thing, right? Here's the other thing. My problem is this as well. When people ask, well, what about Anthony Edwards? Why nobody got the same smoke for him? I'm like, that is a really silly question to ask, because nobody's putting Anthony Edwards in a so-called GOAT debate, right? Nobody has Anthony Edwards up on the list where they have LeBron. A lot of people have LeBron as best player of all time. Some people have him as, top 3. Some people top 5. Most people top 10, right? So Anthony Edwards is not there. So why are we using the same criteria to compare those two? If Anthony Edwards does something, it's not the same as LeBron doing it. So I don't understand why we're saying why we don't have the same smoke for Anthony Edwards as we do for LeBron. Like, that's absurd. That's absurd. Like, I don't get it. Can you explain that to me, Laker Nation?
Well, only LeBron fans are saying that. Number 2, he deserves backlash as well. Like I said, that's 2 spots that could have went to 2 deserving players that should have been there. Like, it's ridiculous. Because I know I'm just saying this because it's my Lakers, but hell, Austin Reeves could have got a nod. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying. No.
Yeah, you do. You just saying that because it's the Lakers.
No, Austin Reeves could not have gotten a nod this year.
He could have gotten a nod.
Now, is he really good? Yes, but he couldn't. No,
he could have gotten a nod. But
no.
But at the end of the day, in the past, we've had players that done that last minute, say they weren't gonna play, but they suited up. They went out there. I think Kobe did it one year too. He was injured. Well, he wasn't going to play, but he at least suited up. Started. He ran up and down the court.
Right.
1-2 possessions. He sat out for the rest of the game.
And LeBron could have done that. Why didn't he do that then? right?
And nobody would have said anything.
Right. He's 40. That's what we hear all the time. He's 40. What do you expect? It would have been cool. Okay. You got out there. Maybe you did a layup. Maybe you threw an assist. You threw somebody an ollie. You took a three. Cool. There you go. You gave the fans something to see. You gave them what they came for. And now you let the rest of the game go and you take your break, right? That wouldn't have been difficult.
Yeah, but he's gonna hear more because they just announced. I think it was ESPN just announced that LeBron James has been upgraded to available for tonight's game against the Hornets.
Is that in Charlotte or is that in LA?
I believe this one's in. Let me look.
If it's in Charlotte, it's probably on right now.
I just had this crap up. Is that 10? No, it's in LA.
Okay. So it's a late game, right?
Yeah, it ain't gonna come on till after the show's over.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna stay up for that. I should try. At least for a few minutes, first quarter. Maybe.
But it's gonna be an interesting game because guess who else is playing?
Oh.
The center, Mark Williams.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, he's playing, so it's gonna
nice.
be it's gonna be an interesting game. But without LaMelo out there, I ain't gonna say he's gonna be a cakewalk because you never know with the Lakers.
Well, we'll see. Chris Whitfield says LBJ is being phony or they paid him to tell lies or stories. Well, I mean, LeBron phony? Who could imagine? I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not even gonna.
I'm just saying that LeBron. I don't know why LeBron fans aren't pissed off because that was some wonderful for them to watch. Of LeBron at 40 playing in the All-Star game.
Agreed.
I don't know why they're not pissed off.
I'm going to tell you why they're not pissed off. No bull. LeBron could hand LeBron fans a steaming pile of his own crap and they wouldn't be pissed off. That's why.
Why you go there?
You know it. You know it's true. You know that.
Hey,
come on, man.
I gotta. Hey, he in a Laker uniform. So
that's true.
I
respect that. I respect that. No doubt.
Because you got to. Even if you hate a player, if he's in your uniform,
not me.
You're not a supporter.
Not me. I'll put that team on hiatus until that player goes away. But that's just me.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can't. Well, I've never had to, but I would. If it was that guy, I would.
so LeBron next year say, I'm gonna go play for Boston. You telling me that you're going to put him on the hiatus?
Yeah, till he's gone. Yep.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, definitely.
You crazy.
Yeah, well, it's not. I'm not saying I'm going to go and pick up another team. I'm not doing that. I'm just going. I'm not rooting for anybody until after that's over.
Well, to me, I don't really give a crap because I barely watch the All-Star game anyway.
Right.
It's a clown fest anyway.
Well, I wanted to watch it because I had some interest in the new format. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that it was something different this year, I'm sure it garnered a little bit of attention. But I wanted to see what it was going to be. I'm actually tomorrow night. I'm going to watch this. The NHL All-Star Final, the nations thing. They had the 4 teams, and it's the U.S. versus Canada. And that apparently, I didn't even realize it was the same weekend. That apparently was a big deal, had fights and all that, and it was some really good games. So we'll see. I don't know why I know why. The NBA needs to just stop playing and either go East versus West, and winner gets home court in the finals, or they need to go U.S. versus the world. That's what they need to do. That will force people to play hard. I guarantee it. And the ratings will go through the roof. Yeah, go ahead.
Man, it's the players. You shouldn't have to force these.
I know.
Pampered ass to play hard and want to compete. I think a lot of them forgot what it took for them to get there.
So I don't know if you're a boxing fan, but the late great Marvin Hagler, God bless the dead, marvelous Marvin Hagler, once said it's hard to get up and run 5 miles when you're sleeping in silk pajamas, right? So I would say that a lot of pro athletes forget what it took to get there, and that's why only some of them are truly great. You know what I'm saying? Because they're wired differently and they're able to keep that drive and that desire, right? Your Magics, your Birds, your Wilts, your Russells, your Mikes, your Kobe's, your LeBrons, right? Only some of them are wired a certain way. LeBron, in my estimation, a little lower than the rest of those guys, but regardless, he's still up there for what he's been able to do for this long. So at the end of the day, there are very few athletes that are able to do it that way. Your Kobe's, your Bruce Smiths, your Reggie Whites, your Jerry Rices, your Tom Brady's, those guys. It's just it's a short list of all the people that play professional sports. They are gifted, but they're like anyone else. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's I don't know. They get there, get this money, and then they forget.
Mm-hmm.
They lose their hunger. They forget what it took to get there.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Only a few still showing passion.
That's right. That's right.
And they're going to be out of and they're going to be retiring in 3 or 4 or maybe 5 years.
Right.
So just like I just don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go.
Mm-hmm.
These LeBron fans are phony as hell. And I don't care. Well, I don't care what. I'm not taking anything they say anymore with any factual or taking it to heart. Because I like Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
And if he would have done that, I'd have been pissed off. Fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I would have been pissed off. I don't care if he was I don't care that he had 15 straight All-Stars or 17 or 18 or 19.
Mm-hmm.
I really can care less. If you tell we ready to go see you hoop, and then at the last minute you say, well, I'm not going to play. Which I know Kobe wouldn't do no crap like that. But I'm just saying, I'll be fan of him, I'll be pissed off. And the fact that the LeBron fans are mad, all of them are fun.
Mm-hmm.
The real ones LeBron fans, if he have any, will be pissed off. Mm-hmm. I don't want to care about no excuses they're gonna say. Mm-hmm. Call in and be like Laker Nation trip. I really can care less. It's gonna go in one ear and out the other.
Right.
That's just how I feel.
I hear you.
I'm gonna say one more thing. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
If Jason Tatum would have did that, that nigga would have got crucified worse than LeBron is right now.
Yeah.
They'd have been talking about him like a dog.
Yes. Yes. They already do. Ask G.
They do, but it'll be a million times worse.
Yeah. It is what it is.
But all right, Bruce, I'm gonna let somebody else call in.
All right, brother. I appreciate it.
Thanks for letting me say my piece.
No doubt, man. Appreciate it. All right, so Young Disciple actually had a couple good comments. He asked, why criticize one of the players that's great? And I assume he's asking, why criticize LeBron? And what I'll say about that, for me, I'm not going to speak for anyone else. For me, I criticize LeBron because he so opens himself up to said criticism. When you're everything you do is, hey, look at me, I'm the GOAT, I'm this, I'm that. When you have literal media arms dedicated to protecting you at every turn, when you have an agency that every time someone in that agency goes on an interview, their whole goal is to tear down everyone else, to try and point out how you're, supposedly the greatest of all time, you open yourself up to said criticism. That's why I am critical of LeBron. So I hope that answers the question. All right. So let's I'll give another minute or so and see if we get any more calls on this topic. Doesn't look like it. I wasn't getting any calls while Laker Nation was talking. So take about another minute and then we will go on to the next topic. And we are rolling. What do we have in the comments here? I was good until he went on TV and played yourself. I agree. All right. So let's go on to the next topic. Next topic. So y'all know I'm a huge college football fan. I'm a huge NFL fan. I love football, period. The NFL. Oh, here we go. hold on. Let's go ahead and take this call from Young Disciple. Young Disciple, what's good, brother?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Bro, you was cooking, bro, until you to the last shit, man. Like, bro, I don't get that. That's the part I don't get, bro. Like,
okay.
like if LeBron is in that, if LeBron is in that category with greats, you know what? Like, I'm saying, why criticize? Like, why, bro? Like, I don't get that part. Like, why don't you criticize like one of the ones who had all the potential and had all the card set stacked in their favor and failed or didn't take it serious? Like what? Like why do y'all have a problem with one of the ones who did?
Okay,
I don't get that.
My bad. No, that's a good question. So if we're talking about that, are we talking about maybe a guy like Zion or something like that?
Bro, any one of them, bro.
No, I'm just okay. Well, for me personally, Zion doesn't even deserve being discussed. You know what I'm saying? Because that guy, he apparently has the ability, but he has no desire to be great. So why even waste time on him? You know what I'm saying? So a guy like that. Let's see. I don't know what's another one. To this point, Ja Morant maybe. You know, I don't know what he wants to be, or if he just made a mistake and he's still trying to recover from that. I don't know. He's gonna need some. Sorry, go on.
No, I'm listening.
No, I was gonna say he's gonna need some more time to continue to make his way back, because, you know, obviously he has issues with suspension, with the nonsense, but also he's got nagging injuries, it seems. And I actually saw something today saying that the Grizzlies may be looking to deal him this summer. That would be interesting. That would be a huge trade in the offseason to see how that ends up going. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I'm just trying to think, like, who are some of those that we would talk about? But then, to your point, those people, while yes, they deserve criticism, and I hear you, they're not even worthy of being discussed. I think that's probably why they don't get the criticism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that don't make no sense though, bro.
Okay.
Like you could because you criticizing greatness. Like do you kind of understand what I'm saying? Like how does that go? But we're gonna be quiet and not say nothing about those who didn't take it like nearby that serious or didn't pan out. Like that just don't make no sense to me. And then you say he opens himself up for criticism.
Yeah.
Like what do you mean by that? He opens himself up for criticism.
So when I say that, I'm saying this is a guy who everything he does is always look at me, right? He's one of those guys always. And I've said this before, that if and when he becomes an owner, I feel like he's going to be the Jerry Jones of the NBA, right? Always in the camera, always looking for the attention, everything he does, right? And so when you're always looking for the attention, which is fine, it's the same. Okay, let me make this example. I've made it before. Like, let's say you got a woman and she's fine as hell and she's shapely in all the right places. I'm gonna leave it there, right? And she dresses, she's not dressing modestly. Everything is out there, right? Because she wants the attention of a particular guy, right? Cool. That's fine. That's her right to do that. But now she gets some attention from dudes that she don't want the attention from, and now she's complaining about it. Oh, blah, 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 right? Well, nah, that's not how life works. There's always two sides to everything. So it's never going to be a situation where you only get the positive attention that you're seeking. With the positive, it's going to come negative. So when you are a social media giant to the level of LeBron, when you're an all-time great player to the level of LeBron, when you're always looking for attention to the level of LeBron, when people can see how you've manipulated the media and all these different things throughout your career, while it's been an incredible career. Yeah, go ahead.
Bruce, how does he manipulate the media?
Really?
Yeah, I'm asking that question.
Okay, so here's an example, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me say something. Y'all always, because y'all always like throw that like he pays the media.
Well, I didn't say that.
I'm saying, but that's kind of what y'all push. Like he pays the media to say good things about him, right?
Well, right? Nick Wright, we know he's a clutch guy. We know that, and he is absurdly dedicated to LeBron, right?
So is Chris Broussard. So why does Chris Broussard? Why does Chris Broussard echo what Nick Wright said?
So the funny thing about Chris Broussard, how he is in terms of LeBron depends on what show he's on, right? So when he used to be on The Odd Couple with Rob Parker, he used to play in the Nick Wright kind of role, right? Because Rob Parker is always going at LeBron. I'm sure you've heard the show before. And so, right, so he played that role. But now that he's on First Things First, Nick Wright is so over the top with LeBron that Chris Broussard he's not quite the Rob Parker, but he got to push back on Nick Wright for that TV dynamic, right?
Bruce, you know what that makes him?
What's that?
That makes him objective, bro.
Okay.
That's what you're not understanding. You have one person in Nick Wright that's all the way to the left about LeBron. He's pro LeBron. Then you have Rob Parker. Rob Parker is all the way to the left, anti LeBron. So if you think about it, and if you really go through it, he's objective. And he's never. I'm saying, and in all of the stuff that Rob Parker said, when you said that he was taking the defending LeBron role or whatever, he's never called LeBron a GOAT.
No, but what I will say, and I actually, if you go back on this channel, my very first video I ever did, Rob Parker was on this show, right? This was during the pandemic, and I asked him about LeBron, and this is how you know that a lot of stuff is, for the show. He has LeBron as number 2 all time, So yes, go ahead.
But he always has had LeBron number 2. I'm saying that's not nothing new.
Right. I'm not saying it is. So where I'm going is, like,
I kind of get what you're saying.
So I'm just saying, some of the stuff is like for TV. Yeah. But so when I say, back to your first question, when you say, what do I mean when I say that LeBron manipulates the media, right? So we've heard Stephen A. Smith talk about how when Kendrick Perkins got on LeBron maybe 4 to 6 months ago. I did shows about this as well. 4 to 6 months ago, you noticed after a couple of weeks, Kendrick Perkins changed his tune, and they said on air that basically Clutch Sports went at Kendrick Perkins like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, how dare you criticize this man on air? And all of a sudden his tune changed. Like, we see stuff like that happening. And so that's what I mean when I say manipulating the media like that.
But to me, that's an isolated situation because him and Kendrick Perkins played on the same AAU team, like, meaning they've been friends since they was like 17. But so I would listen, man. If somebody's saying something, if somebody's saying, like, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying Kendrick Perkins ain't never said nothing about LeBron saying something about him, saying like anything about him. He was saying Kendrick Perkins was out of pocket for saying the things that he was saying, like, about Bronny. I think he was trying to overly prove he could be objective when it comes to LeBron. So, he went a different route. But I mean, I can understand what you like saying as far as that goes. But what I'm saying is that everybody who puts this fake notion out that LeBron pays like people to say good things about him, uses his agency as an example, pretty much don't know how agency works. Like what I'm saying is that Clutch Sports is not paying. Like, they pay LeBron because y'all say that's really LeBron's agency. I mean, that's how y'all put it out there. I mean, that's pretty much what y'all say. So if that's LeBron's agency, they pay him. He doesn't pay them. You see what I'm saying?
So explain that to me. How you're saying they pay him. Clutch Sports, right? That would be your agent, your agency. Right. Rich Paul would be your agent.
Yeah. Agents get paid a percentage of what they like of their contracts and
yes, that's correct.
So what I'm saying is that the people that y'all saying that LeBron, not you, but I'm saying the public, the people that says that LeBron is paying people to say good things about him, that would be false, because if they're saying it and attaching it to Clutch Sports, really they're paying Clutch Sports, not Clutch Sports are paying them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So I think that, good point. I think that when people say, LeBron and Clutch are paying people, like, I say it all the time. Oh, such and such on the payroll, so and so's on the payroll, right?
Yeah. Why do y'all say that?
Well, so I think that's that's a tongue-in-cheek statement, but it's more so just to say, like, these people are kind of so. All right, we know that Clutch Sports is clearly the most powerful agency now in the NBA, right? So it may not necessarily.
No.
You don't think so?
No, CIA.
CAA.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
yeah,
CAA has always been a
that,
big one. They've always been a big one. But I think okay. So Clutch Sports is
like,
one of.
But if you're saying independent, like if you're talking like like if you're saying most like you're saying powerful, yeah, I would say that. I'll give you that.
Okay,
I give you that.
Right.
Powerful, yeah, I'll give you that.
And so like kind of the reason I say that is like you know, they'll be like, hey, for instance, and I'm not saying I have any specific information, but I have talked to, and I'm not going to say a name here, I have talked to a longtime NBA reporter who is now considered an NBA insider on this, and they've told me that a lot of people in the media, they're not getting paid per se, but they know that if they are critical of LeBron, especially, that Clutch Sports will be very, very tight with their access to LeBron and to Clutch players, and that will limit their ability in some cases to do their jobs, right? And so that right there is kind of manipulating media, right? Because
not really, bro. I'm saying, Bruce, not. I mean, the reason I'm saying not really is because unless y'all can give me instances where this has, Skip Bayless, nigga, he did it and he was all right. I'm just saying, there's so forth and so on. Like what I'm saying is like what I'm saying is that it's look, bro. Before the decision, bro, I'm saying before LeBron went to Miami, like I'm saying it what this is what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying it's going past like it's going past like basketball, bro. Like y'all criticize LeBron, bro, for everything. Like and what I'm saying is that y'all wouldn't have liked the same. Like I'm saying, if that light was on Michael Jordan, bro, like it, like you know what I'm saying? I'm saying y'all act like Jordan would have like made it and survived in these times with. I'm saying while keeping his like spotless, because Jordan pretty much looked at like a god, like for people that didn't even know him or didn't even see him play. Like I'm saying that part, like you don't hear him bring up negative things so what I'm saying is that fans of Jordan know that y'all know about the nightlife he had. Y'all know about the womanizing. Y'all know about the gambling. Y'all know these things, but y'all choose to go like around the. You get what I'm saying?
My bad.
Like, I don't get that part. So can you explain that part to me?
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic. But so the nightlife, right? I think the reason that people don't really get on Mike regarding the nightlife is because they see like this dude almost never slept, right? We know that he was notorious for being out doing what he was doing. Like you said, gambling, but he was going to legal casinos. Like he was gambling against other rich people. I'm not going to speak to that because I don't know about it. I'm not going to speak, and he's not the first or the last man that's doing that, right?
Bruce, stop that, Bruce, because y'all all personal. Y'all are all personal when it comes to like LeBron. See, that's why I don't get it.
All right, but
right there, Bruce. That's why I don't get it.
Well, let me respond to that though. Let me respond to that, right? So, LeBron, I think part of the reason that maybe people are, and myself included, right? I'm not going to say people because I know I'm one of the people that's very critical of him. But part of the reason for me why I am is because he likes to present the image. And many of his fans like to act as if, and I know you've heard me say this, he walks on water, heals the sick, and raises the dead, right? I've never seen anything like that, right? I've never seen a fan base move like this dude does. But hold on.
They call this man Black Jesus, man. They said don't look at him in his eyes. Are you serious right now?
But here's the deal. The reason they said that, and this is what I was getting back to in terms of why people didn't make a big deal out of the nightlife, is because Michael Jordan would be out till 3, 4, whatever time in the morning, but 6 o'clock in the morning he's back in the gym working, and then on whatever minimal sleep he got, he's still out there destroying people, right? People said don't look him in the eyes because he takes it as an insult, a form of disrespect. Yes, I remember that. I was around for that, just like you were. But the difference is that wasn't just something people were saying, right? That wasn't just, some made up stuff, because we knew and we saw him destroy people for less, right? We saw him destroy the kid, was it LeBradford Smith, on a made up slight, just because he was looking for some reason to go off, right? He was looking to challenge himself.
Bro, that's Jordan. That's Jordan, bro. Like that's to be expected.
Right.
What I'm saying is I'm saying you saying that fans take something what the media is giving to them and run with it. Mm-hmm. What do you call this, bro? People call Jordan the GOAT. They've never seen him play. That's the same thing, bro.
So
what about when MJ left the tickets for the dude and when the dude said who do you want me to tell him left the tickets? Jordan said God. Like, what are you talking about?
Did he say that for real? I didn't know about that one.
That.
I'm not saying you're lying. I didn't know about that one. Didn't know about that. That's kind of. Like, I would never say something like that. But yeah, I hear you.
So what I'm saying is, I get what you're saying, bro. Mm-hmm. But fandom is fandom, bro.
Yes,
like,
it is.
Like I'm saying, when you have kids that's never seen Jordan play, bro, mm-hmm. saying that he's the GOAT, nigga, bro, that's them following what they've been told, bro. Mm-hmm. Like that's just how it go, bro. Depending on what household you come up in.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I mean, that's all I wanted. That's all I really want to say is
no doubt.
That the same lens that y'all like. I mean, you could criticize him. I mean, he's been criticized forever. It ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna start mm-hmm. today. It ain't gonna stop today. It is what it is. I'm just saying, I would rather y'all know that the same lens that y'all looking at LeBron through, mm-hmm. y'all would not want Jordan. Because at the end of the day, like LeBron, with all this criticism that y'all done gave him for the last 22 years, mm-hmm. man, I'm saying, man, the man has handled it impeccably. Like, it's nothing that I can say, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Like I kind of expect the criticism, but I kind of expect him to expect it. So it's mm-hmm. really like breathing to me. Mm-hmm. But so what I'm saying is that I just want y'all to understand that y'all wouldn't have wanted Jordan to be looked at through that same lens. Like y'all would not have.
So you know what I'll say? This is the last thing I'll say. By the way, great call, young disciple. This has been a good one, man. But I'll say that it wouldn't have been us who wouldn't have want Jordan to be looked at through this lens. His opposition wouldn't, because he'd take it out on them. That dude was psycho. So that's how I see it. That's how I see it. He just took it out on the opposition. Yes.
Bruce. Stop right there, bro. The mm-hmm. man was human. The man pops passed away, man.
Yes.
Like let's not. The man refused. The man quit. I mean I call it quitting, but mm-hmm. he quit for the second time because he didn't want to go to war without Phil Jackson and Scotty. Mm-hmm. Let's be real. If right now LeBron mm-hmm. retires from the league, mm-hmm. citing the reason that he's retiring is because a coach and a player is mm-hmm. being taken away, y'all would kill LeBron, bro.
So I'll say this, and then we really got to move on. I'll say this. I wouldn't, because I don't think there's anything else he can do. I wouldn't. Believe it or not, I wouldn't.
No. You wouldn't kill him. You see, that's a win-win for you. See, like I get, yeah. See, yeah, you're not getting wrong with that one, bro. That's a win-win for you.
Oh man,
that's a bit, bro. That's a bit, bro.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, but I appreciate the call.
No doubt, man.
Time, bro.
Yeah, hey, thank you, man. Good, great call, man. I appreciate it.
I bet.
Great call from Young Disciple. That was definitely I appreciate him giving me a different perspective on that. Thank you for that, Young Disciple. That was cool.